Hey Majesties, how are you all? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Trust you and yours are well and you're loving yourself and others like always. So on today's episode of Knowing Ourselves as the 9ETHER being, we will talk about what to eat to maintain our God essence. What to eat to maintain our God essence and to be alive and active and be conscious, because we need to be conscious being. From the previous episode or the last episode, we talked about who we are as the 9ETHER being and how we were created, and we talk about the diverse all the diverse creations. We do not just have one creation, there are other type of creation, and we are not the same. Because you look like me, I look like you, that doesn't mean we are the same. All right, I can look like you but have different DNA. All right, because while creation was progressing, a lot of interference was done, a lot of pollution of gene, pardon me if I use that word, a lot of that was done, and we were not the same anymore because of course, the Bible had told you that the angels came down and mated with some beings. They told you they were humans that they mated with, but they mated with some beings, all right, that we talked about them, those who manipulate our energies, those who feed on our energies. They mated with them and they have offspring, and this offspring might look melanated like you, but they work for the people that they are from their lineage. And this are part of what we talked about. And today I want us to delve more into who we are as the 9ETHER beings and how to maintain the God essence. Like I say, if I say you are gods, I do not mean all of you. Like I said before, now they are diverse creation. They are different type of creation. You can be black, that doesn't make you a 9ETHER being. You get that? You can be black that look like a 9ETHER, but you are some other ether, because there has been a mixture. You're coming from another line. So when I say you are gods and you're feeling within yourself that you are not, it's because you are not of that line. But when you are from that line and I call you majesties, I call you gods, it is because you feel it within you, you know that this is what you are. And that's why from the beginning, when I call you your majesties, I wasn't stupid. Your majesties, I knew what I was doing from the first time I started calling you majesty. You know, if you check my videos before, the initial videos, it can look so awkward. But initially I wasn't doing that. But when I came to the realization of things, I started calling you majesties. So you mustn't be a majesty. You mustn't be part of that line. So you can cut yourself off and go away. So those who are my majesties know themselves, and of course, we're gonna grow together. So it's not all of us that are 9ETHER beings that have that God essence. It's not all of us. So don't get this twisted. And you're not forced into accepting it, because it's not something you'll be forced to accept. It just resonates with you. It just resonates, your majesties. All right. Now, what are the things that we are to eat? You know, what we eat, like they say, we are what we eat. You are what you eat. Because the more you keep eating some particular diet, you gradually, your DNA, everything about you begin to go towards that line. And I'm going to tell you today that most of the food that we eat as 9ETHER beings, as Africans, all right, we are not supposed to eat them. We eat them because we are being programmed to eat them. Like I say, there are forces. These forces that control our energy and harness from us, they are all in for our downfall. They want to see us down there so that they can be on top of us. And that's why they propagate this some particular type of food. They push to you some type of food and tell you this thing have nutrient, this one have nutrient, and force you to eat them. Before now, our ancestors were not eating meat as meats that we eat today. And to everything that swims on the planet Earth in which there is a soul, a living soul, every green vegetation is for food. Yeah. Did I not tell you that there are beings on planet Earth that do not have a soul? I think we've trashed that in the initial episode. If you haven't started watching the episode, you can go back, watch the initial episode, and come back to this one so you understand. Now, there are beings that are human beasts. There are beings that are human beings. Now, the human beings are the ones that have soul. There are people that do not have soul. Now, when you watch the other video, we're talking about how that pastor was analyzing the King Leopold's letter. He said it, that the Pope told their people that Africans are the ones without a soul. To let you know that the Vatican have known this truth for a long time. What you are depriving yourself of knowing. The Vatican know it and they are hiding it in their archives. They know that they are the ones they are talking about. They don't have soul. But they came and manipulated their ancestors and told the ancestors that do not have the knowledge that our ancestors were the ones that do not have soul, which is a lie. We are the ones with the soul. I think we have said that in the previous episode. So, to everything on this planet Earth that has a soul, your food is green vegetation. Did you hear that? What we are to eat to keep our godly essence alive, because we have a soul, what we are to eat is vegetation. Everything green. I continue. The Supreme Being is being appointed vegetarian. When I call you majesties, I say you are gods. Alright? You say, hey, we are not God. It's only the God Almighty that you can call majesty. That means you don't have that bloodline. And that's why it is haunting you when I call you majesty. So run away. I continue. He is not to eat of the blood of earth creatures, but to maintain its olive hue by the chlorophyll of the herbs that are most abundant on the earth and beneath the earth. So, what it says is, as a 9ETHER with a soul, you are only created to feed on vegetation. You get your essence. You increase your energy from vegetation, because we are of the sun. The sun is like a food to us. All right, and if you know about photosynthesis, you know how these processes work. How the green leaf outside get their food. They get their food from the sun and from the earth. And this is where we came from. And that's why we have to eat of the greens, so that we can maintain that godly essence that is in us, because we are created with that essence. Now, I want us to be serious about food. Like I said earlier, you are what you eat. You see, the efforts of organized governments is to pollute the seeds that Africans have. Right? There is this organization that is called Seedling. Is it Seedling Africa? Yeah. Maybe I'm going to leave the link to their website on the screen or at the description. That nobody asked me to do this one. No, I'm just doing it because I see the job that they do, and I feel like it's something that is good. And we have to propagate it to help ourselves grow, Your Majesties. Seedling Africa. They are into quality seeds, African seeds, maintaining the seeds that we have, so that our seeds do not get polluted with GMOs, with foreign seeds. Africans today are used to, oh, this one is foreign, it will grow sharp, sharp. Within 1 year, you see it produce everything. We're not to eat that. We have to be careful. Because they know already that there will be a time where we divert back into plants. They have diverted our energy to animal. Killing and roasting meat and eating some, even eat fresh meat. You see the blood dripping, they eat it. We are not the ones to eat that kind of thing, no. We are not the ones. It's those other people that eat that kind of thing. But they have molded us. They have diverted our consciousness into meat. If you don't eat meat, you will not get protein. Who says so? There are lots of fruits and vegetables you eat, you get protein. In all our diet books, they push meat to us, push meat to us. They have an agenda, Your Majesties. Now, still in Africa, like I said, they are invested in producing African seeds and trying their best to make African seeds available for Africans. Now, when you come to the continent, and if we follow what we have to follow, all the food that we have in the continent is different from what is outside of the continent. Our seeds are different. And so when our seeds are polluted, that is where we begin to eat food that does not have nutrients. We are eating, we are just growing and increasing, growing fat. You don't know. We have lost it. And we have to begin to look for ourselves. I'm saying this to myself as well and to everybody. We have lost it. We have to begin to look for ourselves. If we want to be caught out, if we want to rediscover ourselves, if we want to see the real we, all right? If we want to connect back to source, we have to start striving. We need effort. We need effort to connect back to source. And what we eat plays a major role in tying us back to where we came, the source. And this is what I just want us to talk about today, what we eat. It is very, I can't overemphasize this. We have to watch what we eat. We die very quickly these days. People does not live up to the age they are supposed to live up to. Because of what we eat. These things most of the times are filled with chemicals. Most of these seeds are produced in the labs. We eat them. We think we are eating healthy because we are rich, we have money. So we are eating healthy. But we are indirectly killing ourselves, destroying ourselves, killing our soul. People with soul does not eat meat with blood. But now they have sold it to you. You have to eat meat to have protein. Just look at some of these animals in the bush. Most of them do not feed on meat. The ones that don't feed on meat, on blood, they are still hefty with, see them big up here. So, I just want to showing this to you today on this episode of Knowing Ourselves at the 9ETHER Being and the importance of what we eat. Like I say, it cannot be overemphasized. We have to try our best to look again at what we consume every day. See you in the next episode, Your Majesties. Until then, love yourself, love others. Stay safe, stay positive, Your Majesties. Bye for now.